Hey Subhashri, hi. How are you? Can you hear me? Cool. Okay, it's just you as of now online. Hi Swati. Hey Zip. Hi Mittu. Hi Saumya. Hi Raksha. Hi Aishwarya. Hi. Yeah. We'll just wait for a few more minutes. Hi Aishwarya. Sundara Aishwarya. Hi. Hi, hi. Hi Mamta's Creations. Should we start or wait for a few more minutes? Hi Madhuri. I have my laptop on the side to check your comments when I'm working, so if I'm turning away, please don't mind. Hi, house to home with decor. Hi, busy box crafts. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Um, let me just start, give an introduction. I'm Savitri. I'm from Chennai. I'm an artist. I work on a lot of handcrafted projects like decor items and jewelry. I mainly work with decoupage, resin art, bottle art, and I'm pretty much crazy about crafts, and I just lay hands on anything that I think I can create. So yeah, I I have done almost, I've tried almost all kinds of crafts, and I love to learn new stuff too. So this session has been pending. A lot of people have DM'd me and asked me about a lot of questions about decoupage, what kind of glue to use, how to start, what papers to use, varnish, and so many such questions. So I thought, why not do a small demo and also take all your questions on decoupage, so that whoever is starting, you get a clarity on it. So yeah, I think we have a fair number of people, so we should probably start. I'll just adjust my camera and then we will start the demo. While I'm doing the demo, I might not be able to check your comments, so be patient. I will, once we finish, I will take up every question that you have and answer them. Okay, I'll just adjust my camera now. Okay. Okay, you guys can see my table. Great. Okay, so I was planning to do a very quick demo, so I thought, why not do a decoupage jewelry demo. Decoupage is a very, very versatile art. You can use it to make many different stuff, starting from your home decor to recycling waste products and making them into beautiful home decor items or art pieces, making jewelry, changing your kitchen tiles or floor tiles, you name it, and you can, use decoupage art to transform those things. So today we are going to look at making a simple jewelry. It's a very nice gift idea. You can teach it to your kids also, and they can make it. It's very interesting. So I have these MDF pendant and earring base. You will get this from any craft shop, whoever sells decoupage stuff. You will get it in many different shapes like rectangle, triangle, circle, square, heart shape, crescent shape, so many different shapes. So you can use, I am using a round shape today, and the napkin that I have chosen is this napkin. So what I will do is, first, for any decoupage art, we have to cover the base with white gesso or acrylic paint. This is a very important step. We cannot skip this step. This is the step which actually takes the paint on the base well, and also when you glue the, one second, I'm not able to open, yeah. Also, when you glue the tissue, it has to be a white or a light base for the tissue print to come out nice and bright. So this is a homemade gesso. You can watch my YouTube channel to see how I have made this homemade gesso. It's very, very easy and it's very economical to work with, because gesso is like about 450 rupees for half a kg. So this is really economical. So what I'll do is, first I will paint the base in white. Even if your tissue is a darker color, you have to paint your base in white, or the maximum you can do is paint it in a lighter color like a cream or off-white or anything, but it has to be a light color. Even if your tissue is black or any darker color, the base has to be white. Hi Rachel. Guys, if you're not able to hear me properly, let me know, because I'm not wearing my headphones. So last time I wore my headphones and the cable was in the way of the video, so I don't want to wear the headphones this time. If you don't have gesso, it's absolutely fine. You can use white acrylic paint or even chalk paint, white chalk paint. Anything is fine. Hi Apurva. Hi Giggle Craft. Okay, so I'll just use my dryer so it gets done quickly. Sorry for the noise. It dries really fast. Okay, so let this just be on the side. So this is the paper that I'm going to use. I think I will just use this rose kind of picture here. It's a very pretty paper. So decoupage tissues come in plies. They are called ply. Each layer is called a ply. So you will get it in 2 ply or 3 ply. So if there are 2 layers behind the design, it's 2 ply. If there are 3 layers, see, you have one layer and then I have another in this. So it's very important that you remove both these layers when you're doing any decoupage project. Very carefully, because it's very delicate. The top layer is just a thin layer with the design. So while if you're doing it for the first time, when you're doing it, if you think that the tissue is still a little white, which means there's one more layer, so don't throw these things. You can keep it and use it to wipe the paint or your hand or whatever. So yeah, I will use this design. Yeah, I think I like these rose prints. So what I do is I'm just keeping it on top. You can use this is called a water brush. You have to fill this brush with water here and then just press, and you can use it to tear the napkin. Or if you don't have a water brush, that's fine. You take a thin brush, dip it in water and just draw along wherever you want to cut. So I'm just going to go over here. It's a very thin transparent paper, so it will easily rip off. Okay, I have this for the pendant, and for earrings also I will take a rose. I have to make sure it's the same type of rose. So I think I'll take this one. Okay, I'll take a smaller one. Okay, be very gentle here. If you put too much water, the napkin will tear, because it's very, very thin and delicate. Please keep your questions, don't ask them now. Once we finish, I will take all your questions together. That way it will be easier. I'll take the same design from this side. Okay, that's it. Natural drying time, Soumya, it depends on, see, this is a very small base, so it dries faster. But otherwise, if you want to naturally dry a small piece like this, it will dry in like 5-10 minutes. Okay, the next is, see, you can use the tissues that you took out to just dab your brushes also. And now we will decoupage this now. What I am using is a Fevicryl Mod Podge here. This is a very, very good product from Fevicryl that they launched, I think, a year ago. It's very economical and it also serves the purpose. Initially, what was available was only Glade Mod Podge. That's quite expensive. You can use this, or if you're starting, if you're you know, new decoupage artist, you're just starting that art, if you don't want to spend money on buying decoupage glue, it's fine. You just take normal Fevicol and mix it 1:1, one part of Fevicol with one part of water, and that will give you a decoupage glue. So you can do that also. So apply your decoupage glue, not too much, just the right amount. Yeah, I hope you can see. A lot of people say that the comments are in the way. Is it so? I'll try and I don't know how to deactivate the comments. I don't know if I can do it. 1 second, let me just try. Yeah, turn off commenting. Can I turn off commenting now? You guys can comment later once we finish, or is it okay? Can you see are the comments in the way of the table, or you can see, should I turn off commenting? If somebody can say, then I will do it, otherwise I'll just let it be. Should I turn it off or no? Okay, I'll just let it be for now. So I have just applied just enough of decoupage glue, not too much, not too less. What you have to take care is don't leave any space without a glue. What happens when you do that is, when you stick the paper, the place where there is no glue, it's going to bubble up. It's going to wrinkle and bubble, and after that it will be very difficult to correct it. So make sure there is no place without glue. You have to cover completely. Now put the paper. Don't do anything. Usually I don't press it with my finger at all. What I do is, for wrinkle free finish, take any plastic sheet like this, any plastic cover, put it on top of it, of your project. Just crush some paper or cloth or tissues or whatever, and just press it down. Press in an outward direction. What this will do is press your tissue, adhere your tissue to the glue and to the surface, and also if there are any wrinkles or bubbles, it will just come out. When you press in an outward direction, it's just going to come out, and you will get a wrinkle free finish. This is an absolute tip for a wrinkle free finish. So yeah, see, you don't have there is no wrinkle or bubble or anything. It's very clean and neat. Let's do the same for the earring bases also. This is a very simple project, guys. You know, if you just buy these, and these bases are not expensive at all. I think earring pendant plus earring pair, you will get it for say 15 rupees or 20 rupees. It's really you know, economical, and it's a great gift if you make it yourselves and give it to your friends or family or anybody who loves to wear jewelry. I'm sure they will love decoupage jewelry. So just press it down. That's it. I never ever touch the napkin with brush or you know, my fingers. A lot of people do it, but I don't. This is easier for me, and also it gives me a good finish. So now what we'll do is, once this is little bit dry, this is another again very important step. You have to seal your project with the same Mod Podge. So even if you're using a Fevicol water mixture, seal your project with the same mixture. And now you don't need to be stingy. You can apply a generous amount of your glue onto your base. See, what this does is, Mod Podge, if you actually know the properties of Mod Podge, it's a glue plus a sealer. It is a so when we say sealer, it basically protects your project from any further, like it, to an extent it is waterproof already. But see, in mixed media projects, in many other bigger projects, this decoupage will be the first step. After that, you might be doing stenciling, you might be doing painting on it, or you might be doing a lot of other stuff over the Mod Podge process. So when you do so, your decoupaged area should not be affected. So when you do this step, when you apply a sealer, when you apply the decoupage glue over your project as a sealant, it protects from all the other process that you're going to do later. For example, if I want to paint on say there's another area and I am only doing decoupage in a part of the project, and when I'm painting the other half, if some paint falls on this, I can just wipe it off with a normal tissue, and it just comes off if you do this step. So this step is very, very important. Also, number 3, it increases the lifespan of your project. Basically, it will give longevity to your project. If you usually see, when you buy decor items, they turn yellow in some time over the years. When you do this step, sealing it with Mod Podge, that yellowing will not happen, and the life of your decor item or jewelry or whatever you're making will increase. So now I have covered it with Mod Podge completely. I'll just dry them. Another small tip is, whenever you're using decoupage, the brush, please put it in water immediately, otherwise it will harden. So just keep a cup of water next to you and put it in water immediately. I'll just use the dryer again, so bear with me. Dry. Now once it dries, we have to take away all these extras. So take a sandpaper and hold it in this, I think around 45-degree angle or whatever. Hold it like this and just drag it down. This will just, see the corners, the paper will just rip off and come. This also gives a very smooth and nice finish. Even if you cut your paper to the exact size, I would still recommend you go over the edges and do the sanding once. Like I said, this gives a very smooth flush finish. So once you do this, it doesn't look like any paper stuck on the wood. It looks like you've painted or it's a print. So that is what we want. Yeah, see, it's beautiful. Let's do that for the others also. You can do the same process on the back side also, so that when the earring turns, you don't see a plain base or wood. You can put the same design at the back, or you can even use a different design. Like for pendant, it can be two-sided. On one side you can use one design, on the other side another design. So that will be a good. Okay, so yeah, here we have beautiful. Can you see? Okay, I can zoom if you want a little more. Okay, yeah, there you have the pendant and the thing. Now an important thing is you have to make those holes. So just take any pin or any sharp thing that you have, and see there's a hole here, because I have to just make this hole. It's paper, so it will go through, it's not a problem. Yeah, so I just made that hole. Same way do it on the earring as well. You should do this before you varnish, so make sure you do that, because once you varnish will harden. It's difficult to do. Yeah, simple. So like I said, you can do a different design on the back, or you can just paint it black. Here also you can either do same design or another design, or paint it black. That's up to you. And you also have to paint the sides. I'm not doing that now. We will just create the necklace set, and then I can take questions on. So I have some beads here. So I thought I would just give a simple, because it's quite big. It's a 1-inch circle, so just a bead will do. Actually, before you do this, it is a good, it's better you varnish. So I use this varnish from Asian Paints called Aquadart PU. We can talk about it later in the Q&A session as well. But yeah, I'll just show you guys. This is the varnish I use. Aquadart PU wood varnish. It comes, it's a water-based varnish. It comes in gloss and matte, and it also comes for interior and exterior. It doesn't mind, you can buy anything. This is a really good varnish. It's a 1 liter varnish for around 750 rupees, but that will last you a very long time. So it's a good option to buy that if you want to invest in a good varnish, or at least if you're starting your work as a professional, if you have to sell your products, I would suggest you buy that varnish. So I don't use the same, I have just poured some varnish, the same varnish into a smaller container, because we'll keep opening and closing, so it's better to do that. This is a water based varnish. You just have to give a coat of it. A light coat will do. For jewelry, one coat is more than enough. If you're doing any other decor product like name boards or coasters, those will need at least 3 coats, and you have to dry them overnight between each coat, or at least 2 days between each coats, so they last longer and they serve the purpose. Some people mix water with this little bit of water. You can do that, but it's not necessary. I just apply it directly. So if you want say a little more glamour to your jewelry, or a little more glossiness to your jewelry, or like a glass kind of look or resin kind of look, you can use resin, or you can also use this product called Glossy Accents, or Dimensional Magic from Mod Podge. Even that you can use. Yes, Rakesh Bojwani, the video will be saved. It will be on my IGTV, so you can watch it anytime you want. Don't worry. Yeah, so this varnish is also very fast drying. So yeah, so we have this. Now what I'll do is I'll take these earring findings. I'm not teaching how to do this. If you guys, if any of you are interested, let me know. I can do a separate session for it. But I'm just assuming you would know. This is completely up to you. You can do it however you want. I'm just putting it through the earring hole. There you have a pretty earring. We'll do the next one also. Just 5 more minutes and then I can take your questions. This is a very simple jewelry that we're doing with decoupage. You can use your creativity to do much more intricate designs and stuff. You can check on my YouTube channel or my Facebook for designs if you need any inspiration. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. You will find a lot of such tutorials on decoupage and many other DIY projects, home decor projects. So for the pendant, we will do it a little differently. Okay, I'll just use. I'm going to use 2 beads. You can even place beads underneath if you want. That is another way to do things. So I'm just taking a simple black rope here. All of you might have at home also. It's very easily available. Just take it through this, and yeah, you can give a bead at the end and make it adjustable. For now I'm just knotting it. And there you go. A simple, beautiful set is ready. See? How do you guys like it? I'm sure people who love jewelry will definitely like these kind of jewelry. It's very simple to make and it's extremely lightweight. A lot of people don't wear heavy jewelry. For them this is really good. It's extremely lightweight, and there you go, pretty jewelry. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. A simple jewelry, decoupage jewelry making session. So let me just wear it and show. So you can ask me questions now. I can take your questions on any decoupage. Yeah, so there you go. I'm wearing the jewelry. Oh, my top matched the, yeah, and the earrings. See, pretty lightweight, trendy. You can do many designs. It doesn't cost much. So yeah, you should try it. So I'll take your questions now. Anything that you want to ask about decoupage art, you can ask me, and I'll try to answer them. Thanks, Rachel. Anytime, Soumya, my pleasure. I am very, very happy to share whatever knowledge I have with everyone. So yeah, it's my pleasure. Anybody has any question? Thank you, Soumya. Thank you so much. These are very, very trendy sets, guys. Any questions? I will save this video. You can, whoever is joining now can always watch it later. It will be saved on my IGTV. Any questions you have on decoupage, the papers that you have to use, the different varnish that you can use, or if you're starting this decoupage art, if you're new to it, what are the things that you need to buy, or any questions that you have, I can take now. I'll answer. Thanks, Madhuri. Thank you so much. So if you do a different design at the back, you can just turn it and wear it. It's 2-in-1 jewelry. Madhuri, what kind of varnish is best? I wouldn't say best, or there's nothing that's not good, but I would I can give you, like, if you're starting this work just as a passion or a hobby, I wouldn't want you to invest on these expensive professional ones. You can use there's another spray varnish which is called the I think it's artist varnish, artist spray varnish. You can buy that. That's about 180 rupees or 200 rupees. You can buy that. You just have to spray that varnish. You can use. And there are other artist varnishes that you'll get in bottles which are cheaper. But if you're going professional, if you're making and selling your products, I would highly recommend you invest in this varnish, or iCraft, also iCraft, and even Itsy Bitsy have their own varnishes. You can use those varnishes. Deco Magic varnish, I think Itsy Bitsy, and iCraft also has their own varnish, or you can use this varnish. Like I said, this is a 1-liter box. It's about 740 rupees, but it'll come a long way, so it's good. That's about varnish. Soumya, yes, I will mention my products link on my Facebook and on YouTube. You can check there. My YouTube is All Things Beautiful channel. You can check there. I will mention all the products link, and also my Facebook is also All Things Beautiful. Yes, after 2-3 coats of varnish, I find brush strokes on the surface. How to avoid them? Okay. Make sure your brush is not dried up. See, I too have brushes which are a little hard, and even after you wash, it will the bristles are not soft, they are little hard. So if you use hard brush, you will get the brush strokes, number one. And if the varnish is not completely dry also, you will get these strokes. So make sure your varnish is completely dry. So I usually, what I do is late evening times is when I varnish, and if I'm working on 2-3 projects together, I just keep them aside to varnish them together. I will just varnish everything and leave it overnight. Overnight is the best thing that you can leave a varnish. You have to leave it. And also don't take too much varnish and apply on your product. So when there is too much varnish, obviously, you know, when you do, because of the consistency of the varnish, you will get stroke. So you just have to apply just the right amount. Make sure your brush bristles are soft enough, and also make sure it's completely dry. So that way you can avoid the brush strokes. Where to get the bases, Soumya? I will put a link for all the bases, but on this session, I can just say there is this seller called Connect for Sales. You can buy from them. They are Chennai based, but they will deliver anywhere. You can it's available even on Itsy Bitsy online store. Connect for Sale has an online presence, and also Arushi Creations. I usually buy from these people. I'm from Chennai, so I prefer Chennai based people, because these are very you know, like I said, it's 20 rupees, 30 rupees. I don't want to spend on shipping, buying from a different seller from somewhere else. So these are Chennai sellers. You can buy from them. I will put a link in my YouTube channel, so you can check there. You're welcome, Madhuri. You're welcome. Yeah. So, and again, even though nobody has asked this question, decoupage paper, you can use any paper, absolutely any paper. There are decoupage tissues available in the market specifically for this art, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to stick it. What I do have decoupage tissues, but mostly since I do customized work, I print my own paper designs in a normal paper. I just go to internet and search whatever kind of image that I want. Sometimes I even mix and match and do a collage of images and writings that I need, and then I go to a laser printout shop and just print it in a normal paper, A4 paper, and I use that for decoupage. You can use your kitchen tissues. Nowadays kitchen tissues come in different designs. You can use those. Even those will have 2-ply and 3-ply. Those you have to remove those layers. You can use magazine papers. You can use gift wrap papers. You can use a lot of different you know things. I will just show you some of the bottles that I have done here. You can see. Can you see? There are some bottles that I have done. Some of them are gift wrap paper, some of them that I printed, and some are tissues. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do using decoupage. It's like a ocean of ideas and creativity. You can do anything. Thank you so much, Soumya, for those kind words. Thank you, thank you. You can always ping me for any doubts that you have. I would love to share whatever I know with you, with any of you for that matter. Thank you so much. Any specific instructions while using A4 prints? Nothing really. The only main thing that you need to keep in mind is take a laser printout. Do not take a inkjet print. What will happen when you take a inkjet print is, the moment you put any kind of glue on it, your Fevicol or Mod Podge or any decoupage glue you put on it, the ink will smudge. So don't take ink jet printouts. Take only laser printout. And if you're doing image transfer techniques, make sure if there is any writing, make sure you take a mirror image and then print it out. So that's very important. Hi Divya, thanks for joining. You can use any paper, guys, anything. You can use newspaper, you can use magazine paper, you can use anything. You can use storybook papers. But yes, there are whatever I showed is a very basic decoupage technique. You have so many more different techniques that you can learn on decoupage, like reverse decoupage, crackle decoupage, mixed media. Yeah, there's so many more that you can learn and do. Thank you, Madhuri. Thank you. It's my pleasure. I'm happy. I'm glad that it helped. Soumya, same technique for gift wrap sheet also. Yes, the technique is the same. The only thing is in those sheets you won't have any backing paper that you have to remove. So the technique is absolutely the same. But the only difference is, see, we these MDF bases, we pasted the design end to end, full. We didn't have to blend in with acrylic colors or anything. So when you have to blend with colors, then there'll be a slightly different process that you have to use for different papers. Because at the end of it, decoupage art is a French art which uses paper cutouts to create something which looks like it's either printed or painted and not like it's paper. So we need to make sure that the look of the paper is gone and the whole design blends well on whatever surface you do, whether it's a bottle or a box or a tray or anything. So when you use different thickness of paper, your blending skills or blending process and techniques will vary. So that's the only difference. Otherwise, the process is the same. Using the Mod Podge and sticking, the process is the same. Yeah, that's about papers. Then what else? Yeah, like I said, for wrinkle free technique, use a plastic sheet all the time. I use it all the time. Whatever base it is, I always use a plastic sheet, never use my fingers. So that is about wrinkle free finish. And yeah, you always give one coat of decoupage glue over the base. Sundara Aishwarya, how to seal decoupage jewelry, ma'am? Yeah, I actually I don't know if you saw when I did it. You can seal decoupage jewelry with a varnish that I told you. Either you use a picture varnish, a spray varnish, or you can use this Asian Paints varnish. Or like I said, if you want to give it a more glossy look, or like let me just show you that product. If you want to give like a mirror, like a glossy little embossed kind of resin kind of finish, you can use resin itself to seal, or you can use these. This is called Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. The other brands, it's called Glossy Accents, and one more brand I don't know. So you can use this actually gives a this is what you use for mosaic decoupage. Many of them won't tell you what they use, but this is what you use. So it gives a glossy dimensional look. You can seal it that way also. For the jewelry, usually one coat is enough because you are not going to put it in water or anything. So one coat will do. It does match my top. It's very pretty. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Unless you have any questions, you can always ask me a question on my Instagram page or Facebook or on YouTube. For coasters also you can use the same varnish, but you have to give at least 3 coats of varnish, and between each coat leave like a day or 2 of drying. Why? Because you will use the coasters to put hot cup of tea, or some people use it to cover the cup. So if you want your coaster to last longer, then you have to give at least 3 coats of varnish. Oh, Divya, Divya, thank you so much. I'm blushing. Thank you, Divya, for those sweet words. different between matte and glossy glue, how to choose. I usually buy only glossy all the time. I have not invested on matte, but yes, if you want to do any vintage kind of projects or any antique vintage projects, you can go for matte glue, matte varnish, everything matte. But otherwise it's okay. Actually, I would say that the varnish, the final coat varnish is what matters most. So if you even if you use a glossy glue, if your varnish is matte varnish, it is going to look matte. So that's pretty much up to the project. Some people like, yeah, if you want a matte, you don't want any gloss on your project. For antique vintage projects, mostly they use matte finishes, so you can use matte finish for that. Do check out my YouTube channel for the gesso, DIY gesso that I mentioned also. It is very, very, very economical, guys. You must try it. You just need 3 products to make it. Do watch my YouTube tutorial and make it. Yeah, it's good. It's a good one. It's economical. It serves the purpose. It gives a good finish also. Pooja, thanks for joining, but we are almost done. You can always watch this video on my IGTV section. So guys, thank you so much for joining. That's about it. Any other queries you have, you can always DM me or contact me on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. Please do follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Facebook also, and show your love. Thank you so much for joining today. I had a good time. I love to teach. If you want to learn anything from me also, please DM me. I have a lot of online workshops and pre-recorded workshops that I have. So I can teach you any technique, any art, not just decoupage, any art, resin art, bottle art, mandala, dot painting, anything that you want to learn, do message me. I can help you. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for taking out time and joining me in this session. Hope you all liked it. And yes, thank you. Bye bye. I have to go make tea now. Bye. Okay, where do I end this? Okay, sorry guys.